A 401k match worth $8,000 can legally turn into $0 because you quit a few weeks before the vesting date. That is not a market crash. That is not a bad investment. It is a calendar problem. You can accept a better job, celebrate the raise, plan a clean exit, and still hand your old employer thousands of dollars because one benefits document says the money was not fully yours yet. The money can already be inside your 401k, it can show up on the dashboard, it can be invested. But if it is not vested, it may not belong to you when you leave. By the end, you need 3 numbers before you resign: total balance, vested balance, and the exact dollar amount you forfeit if your resignation date is too early. You also need the HR questions to ask and the negotiation move that can keep a better job from becoming a worse first-year deal. Take Maya, 36, in Raleigh. She makes $80,000 in operations and has been at her company for 2.5 years. Her employer matches 4% of pay into her 401k, about $3,200 a year if she contributes enough. After 2.5 years, that is about $8,000 of employer match before market movement. Then Maya gets the offer she wanted: $92,000 salary, hybrid schedule, better health insurance, and a manager who does not treat every Slack message like a hostage negotiation. On paper, it looks obvious. $80,000 to $92,000 is a $12,000 raise. Then she checks her 401k portal and sees about $8,000 of employer match. It is in the account, it has her name on it, it is invested. Then HR says the employer match follows a 3-year cliff vesting schedule. Maya is 6 months short. If she resigns now, she may keep 0% of that employer match. Not most of it, not close enough, 0. That is the trap. Your own paycheck contributions are yours immediately. If you put $500 from your paycheck into your 401k, your employer cannot later keep it. Rollover money from an old employer is also yours. Employer money is different. The match, profit sharing, fixed contribution, or non-elective contribution can come with strings. The string is called vesting. Vesting means ownership. It answers one blunt question: if you leave today, how much of the employer contribution do you actually keep? That is why many 401k portals show total balance and vested balance. Total balance is everything sitting in the account. Vested balance is the amount you can walk away with if you separate from the company. If those numbers are different, the bigger number is not your exit number. For many employer contributions, federal rules generally allow 2 common vesting structures. The first is a 3-year cliff. You can be 0% vested until you complete 3 years of service, then 100% vested all at once. It is tidy in a benefits chart and very rude if you are 6 weeks away. The second is graded vesting, often running from 2 to 6 years. A common version gives you 20% after 2 years, 40% after 3, 60% after 4, 80% after 5, and 100% after 6. Same account, different ownership percentage depending on service time. There are caveats. Safe harbor employer contributions generally vest immediately. Some QACA arrangements can use a 2-year cliff. Different contribution sources can have different rules. Same portal, different clocks. That is why the summary plan description matters. The SPD is the plain English version of the plan rules. It usually tells you how service is counted, which employer contributions exist, what vesting schedule applies, and when money becomes yours. The dashboard is useful, but it is not the rulebook. Among retirement plans administered by Vanguard in 2023, 51% of matching contributions and 55% of non-matching employer contributions were subject to vesting, so this assumption is dangerous. The match is in my account, so it is mine. That assumption can cost thousands. The timing is what makes it so irritating. You switch jobs because the offer looks better. Higher salary, better title, better manager, maybe fewer meetings where 8 adults slowly reinvent an email. On the surface, you are upgrading, but if you leave just before a vesting milestone, the old job can turn part of your retirement benefit into a disappearing line item. Say the new job pays $12,000 more. Easy yes, right? Maybe. But if you forfeit $8,000 of employer match by leaving before a vesting date, the first-year raise is not really $12,000. After taxes, health insurance changes, payroll gaps, commuting costs, and the lost match, the new offer may still be good. It is just not the clean win it looked like in the recruiter email. Recruiters sell annual salary. Your 401k cares about the resignation date. This is not an argument to stay trapped in a bad job. Sometimes leaving immediately is still right. A toxic workplace, a real career jump, a layoff warning, a health issue, or a family need can matter more than a vesting chart. The point is not never leave. The point is to price the move correctly. The official word for employer money you lose is forfeiture. Translation, the company put money into the plan showed it to you, you counted it as compensation, and then the unvested part can be removed because you left before the ownership date. Your salary deferrals are yours. Your rollover money is yours. The vested employer money is yours. The unvested part is where the trap sits. Run Maya's numbers. She earns $80,000. Her employer matches 4% of pay, about $3,200 per year. If her plan has a 3-year cliff and she leaves after 2.5 years, that roughly $8,000 employer match can become $0 kept. If the plan uses graded vesting and she is 40% vested, she keeps $3,200 and forfeits $4,800. That is real money, a moving deposit, student loan payments, emergency savings, or the difference between starting the new job calm and starting already behind. It also removes dollars that could have kept compounding. The fix is not to let a retirement plan hold your career hostage. The fix is to make the real price visible before you give notice. Do a 15-minute exit audit. First, open your summary plan description and search for vesting, years of service, cliff, graded, forfeiture, match, profit sharing, safe harbor, QCAC, and break in service. Those are the words that tell you where money changes from conditional to owned. Second, find the employer match formula. Is it 100% of the first 3% of pay? Is it 50% up to 6%? Is it discretionary profit sharing? Is it a fixed employer contribution whether you contribute or not? The label matters because different contribution types can vest differently. Third, compare total balance versus vested balance. If total balance is $68,000 and vested balance is $61,000, do not build your decision around $68,000. The number that matters for leaving is $61,000. The gap is the warning light. Fourth, ask HR or the record keeper direct questions in writing. What is my current vested percentage? Which employer contribution sources are subject to vesting? What exact date do I become more vested or fully vested? If I terminate employment on this specific date, what dollar amount would be forfeited? Do not ask, will I lose anything? Ask for the date, the dollar amount, and which money source is affected. Compare the new offer like an adult with a calculator, not like a person hypnotized by the first bigger salary number. If the unvested match at risk is $8,000, compare that with the raise, bonus, start date, benefits, commute, PTO, and retirement plan. A $12,000 raise may feel closer to $600 or $700 a month after taxes and benefits, so an $8,000 forfeiture can eat a large part of the first-year gain. Here is the recruiter email version versus the real version. Offer A, current job, $80,000 salary, 6 months until $8,000 of employer match becomes yours. Offer B, new job, $92,000 salary, start in 2 weeks, lose the $8,000. That sounds like a $12,000 upgrade, but year 1 is not that simple. If your vesting date is 6 months away, maybe leaving still wins. If it is 6 weeks away, ask the new employer for a later start date. Say, I have a vesting milestone with my current employer on July 15th. Can we set the start date for the following Monday? Clean, specific, not dramatic. If they need you sooner, ask for a signing bonus to offset the forfeiture. Leaving before my vesting date would cost me approximately $8,000 in employer retirement contributions. Is there room for a signing bonus to bridge that? Maybe yes, maybe no, but now the negotiation is anchored to a real loss. In 2026, watch the 401k contribution limit. The employee salary deferral limit is $24,500 across multiple 401k plans, not per job. If you already deferred $18,000, tell the new payroll team so you do not create a cleanup problem. Also check whether the new employer match is calculated per paycheck or has a true-up. A true-up means the plan checks the annual math later and makes you whole if your contributions were uneven. Without a true-up, some plans only match each paycheck, so starting late, front-loading contributions, or pausing contributions can make you miss match dollars in a different way. That is the second trap, losing money at the old job because you left before vesting, then missing money at the new job because your contribution timing is sloppy. You do not need to rebuild your entire financial life because you changed jobs. You just need to avoid clicking whatever deferral percentage the new portal suggests and assuming the match math will work itself out. Inside the 401k portal, look for red flags: vested balance lower than total balance, employer match labeled unvested, and plan words like cliff, graded, years of service, break in service, or forfeiture. Do not guess from the dashboard. Ask for the dollar amount you would lose on the exact date you plan to leave. And if your brain says, well, the match already landed in the account, so I am good, slow down. Deposited is not the same as owned. Visible is not the same as vested. Account balance is not the same as walkaway money. One more detail catches people. The vesting date may not be your casual work anniversary. Plans can define a year of service by hours worked, elapsed time, plan year rules, or other definitions in the plan document. You might think, I started in July, so July is the date. Maybe, or maybe the plan counts service differently. Do not guess. Ask for the exact date. This is why "What is my 401k balance?" is the wrong question before you resign. The right question is, what amount do I own if I leave on this exact date? That question changes how you evaluate a raise. A $15,000 raise is not automatically worse because you forfeit $4,000. A career move can still be worth it, but you should not donate money through bad timing. Here is the clean exit audit. Total balance, vested balance, employer contribution sources, vesting schedule, next milestone date, unvested dollars at risk, and the forfeiture amount on your planned resignation date. Then compare that loss against the new job's raise, bonus, benefits, start date, commute, flexibility, and career risk. For Maya, the answer might be simple. If her 3-year cliff hits in a few weeks and $8,000 of match becomes fully hers, she can ask the new company to start after that date. If the new company agrees, she keeps the match and gets the raise. If the new company cannot wait, she can ask for a signing bonus. If the new role is a huge career jump, she may still leave immediately and forfeit the match. That can be a smart decision. The mistake is not leaving. The mistake is leaving without knowing the price. That is the core lesson. Your 401k balance is not always one clean pile of money. Some of it is yours forever. Some of it is employer money you have already earned. Some of it may still be waiting for the calendar to bless it. And when you switch jobs, the calendar can matter as much as the market. So before you quit, don't just ask what the new job pays. Ask what the old job takes back if you leave today. Open the plan document, find the vested balance. Ask for the next milestone date. Get the forfeiture amount in writing. Then compare the whole offer, not just the salary line with the biggest font. The goal is not to let a 401k schedule run your life. The goal is to stop letting hidden benefits math make the decision for you. If leaving now is worth it, leave with your eyes open. If waiting 6 weeks saves you $8,000, wait with a plan. Either way, make the move because it improves your life, not because a recruiter email made the raise look cleaner than it was.